In October 2017, the Me Too movement took the world by storm.
I am here today not because I want to be.
I blame Larry Nassar. He wouldn't take no.
Actions of sexual abuse made their way to courtrooms and even congressional hearings. Resulted in civil suit victories or criminal convictions, many did not. And the process of testifying on a public stage can be traumatizing. Even despite the Me Too movement, these hurdles still persist.
My name is Tiara Smith. I'm 24 years old. I'm Black, white, and Hispanic. I do think there have been some extremists.
My name is Tarana Burke, and I'm the founder of the Me Too movement. Me Too is a movement that was founded in 2006 to support survivors of sexual violence, in particular Black and brown girls who were in the program that we were running. It has grown since then to include supporting grown people, women, and men and other survivors.
Inclusive movement to involve everyone. I think the fact that men can be groomed or taken advantage of by women in powerful positions is something that's often overlooked, but something that's just important to call out. I've dealt with sexual harassment my whole life, which sucks to say, but as a Black woman, I think it's something that happens very early on too, with the over-sexualization. Although I have not been personally sexually assaulted, it is something that I saw my own mother have to deal with in the military, and without going into too much detail, it caused her to have an early on
My name
discharge.
is Johanna Elise Harry. I am 38 years old, and I am a Caucasian female. My initial thought about the Me Too movement was that the women and people who were coming forward, very public eye, were very brave. It's obviously a very serious issue that doesn't get enough attention, and I think it definitely provoked, thought processes starting and conversations that need to be had, and just really got people thinking. So I think it was a good thing that's kind of been put on the back burner for forever, really. As it pertained to the Time's Up movement, I had a friend, a coworker, who started thinking about how they interacted with people differently, things they were doing that could make people uncomfortable. Personally, I can definitely relate. I've had experiences, and I definitely know people who've had a lot of experiences with sexual assault, with definitely misconduct in the workplace, in the streets, in schools, basically everywhere you go in your life. You would like to have a safe space. I worked personally as a bartender for over 15 years, just came with that kind of territory, and so that's just how it was expected to be. You're at a bar, you're supposed to look pretty, your people are surrounding you with drunken behavior, so it was kind of a let it go and just kind of don't bring it up thing. That's just deal with it. Not to go too into detail on my own experiences, but there's a fine line between making a joke and making someone feel absolutely uncomfortable, and then really crossing a line of getting physical. So obviously I think it was something that needed to be sparked, and there's still a long way to go.
What was the motive here? She was being sexually harassed. She had told her family she was being sexually harassed. She had told her boyfriend she was being sexually harassed. There was a superior above Vanessa that walked in on her while she was showering and just kind of stood there and stared at her and wouldn't leave and made her extremely uncomfortable. That has been alleged to be Aaron Robinson. Since Vanessa's death, there have been countless people, countless women who have come forward and said that they too have experienced sexual assault while on base, while serving this country, from people who are superior rankings to them. Now, Vanessa's case has been honored by millions of people across the country and across the world. It has sparked the attention of so many people.
My name is Aisha Muhammad. I'm 32 years old, and I am African American. I believe that the Me Too movement should have had a light shined on it way before it did. Too many people were silenced. Too many people were made to feel uncomfortable, and it just wasn't right. Speaking out about it, that people feel a way about it, whether they feel strongly for it or against it, you feel a way. And that's the whole point of movements, is to make you feel some type of way, to teach, to bring light to the situation. And a lot of things were brought to the light, a lot of things were unfolded, and I believe that in the long run it is a good thing. It will create way better working environments for males and females. So I'm going to be honest, I just learned about the Time's Up movement not too long ago, but what I've read about the legal aspect of it, it seems really, really amazing to be able to speak up about something that has happened to you in the workplace and know that there's an organization that will back you with a legal team, with support. I mean, that's one of the reasons a lot of people didn't come out about things in the first place, is because they felt they would be. With these different organizations popping up and these movements, it is just making it way easier for people to feel more comfortable to speak up and speak out, and to deter people from even trying to commit. I have been a victim of sexual harassment in the workplace, and I know plenty of other people that have been as well. people don't understand what textbook harassment is. And I know sometimes it's innocent, but a lot of times it's very malicious and there's a lot of ill intent behind it. And they try to use it as a power over you. And I can just speak firsthand by saying it's very uncomfortable and it does not make for a healthy work environment.
Your Me Too and Time's Up. Have things changed and what still has to change?
Have things changed? Yes and no.
Parity in the workforce, if you're talking about sexual harassment, if you're talking, I mean, there's so many things that are under that veil of what you're talking about.
Did you ever think we'd come to this time when you were starting out as a young actress, that we'd come to this time where these guys would be called out and that it was time, it was enough?
I don't think it's just the guys, I think it's the whole culture in terms of what we're dealing with.
A power structure.
And part of it is rewiring our own brains going, oh, actually what I thought was okay because that's how I've been raised is not okay.
Right.
And
hello, I'm Steve and I'm 26, and as you can see, I am a beautiful ginger man. How do I feel about the Me Too movement? I think it's, short answer, good. Anytime that sexual assault allegations are proven to be true, their perpetrators are taken into custody, I think it makes the world a better place. I don't think that people of any gender, race, or group should have to live in fear of not being able to work without offering something from their body to do so. How do I feel about the Time's Up movement? I support that as well. It's the same general goal, but my one concern about those two movements is that they don't devolve into a witch hunt. I think anytime that you have an idea or a movement, it starts out as pure and well-intentioned, but several other groups come along the way to make it not so much. And in recent times, I think we've been good at identifying the people that need to be taken care of, but also I think we have problems with being a little too sensitive. Off the radio, have I ever been sexually harassed, or do I know anyone that has been sexually harassed? Myself, thankfully, I have not been a victim of sexual harassment, at least something that I pertain or that I judge as being sexual harassment. I mean, there are obviously jokes thrown around on set that I don't take offense to, but could be construed in a certain way to maybe be offensive. But in terms of sexual harassment, I have been saved from that. But I have known people on sets and, in life that have had things said to them or have things done to them that they thought crossed the line, whether it be a comment or a touch or any type of physical contact that they didn't agree. Look a little bit further into what is acceptable on set, in relationships, at work in general. Outside of the film industry, it's still in effect as well. So humans in general need some way to interact with each other, whether it be joking around or even the light touch, and finding boundaries within that to be
I'm CJ Smith. I'm 25 years old. African American. Women do suppress their feelings and they don't really speak out. And some of them do speak out, but they don't really get the justice they feel they deserve. Me Too movement is a great chance for women to speak out on sexual assault and harassment. So the Time's Up movement is a great level up, because now we are also introducing the same platform for males to speak out. So as a male, I understand that even more so, men may suppress their feelings on things like that, because I've witnessed it. This is a great way for men to stand up together with women, representing all people, different levels of sexual harassment, where, it could be verbal, it could be physical, and, either a statement could be written up or someone may get fired, or even things that kind of get swept under the rug. It is unfair and unjustified, any type of sexual harassment in a work facility, because that is a place where you deserve to feel. Has changed her mindset from before, when it's fresh and first happens, you kind of want to speak on it less, versus now where it's like you feel, with my personal experience with that is my own girlfriend. So my girlfriend actually has been sexually assaulted and harassed. She's been sexually harassed in a workplace specifically. So for me personally, that's kind of hard to deal with. The Me Too movement, you feel able to speak on it more. And now me being a male, it's my turn to step up and just say, like, I've witnessed it, you know, I've seen it anywhere, and it's not right, without taking action or speaking out as much as we can.
Bullying, abuse, and the lack of representation.
Thank you to all the actors, background, CEPIA's Health and Safety Department, and my boyfriend for helping me speak on a topic that is very personal to me and that I hope to change the world one day at a time.